You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Elon Musk has been teasing his forthcoming Robotaxi for quite some time. Tonight, he's right in the middle of his unveiling and pitch event. Let's listen to just a little bit of what Elon Musk has to say.
What cities will be like in the future. And when you get in, you'll see like it's really quite a wild experience to just be in a car with no steering wheel, no pedals, no controls, and it feels great.
This is live.
And we have enough vehicles here, so everyone should be able to try it out and experience the set that we've built here. It's a very big set, so it's like really we've used I don't know, 20, 30 acres or something like that. It's really big, so it goes on. The ride's long. And we set it up to feel like a ride, like a park ride. So it'll be cool, and you'll get to experience it tonight.
Is Elon standing on a stage?
Something we're also doing is
holding the mic,
and it's really high time we did this. Is inductive charging. So the Robotaxi has no plug. It just goes over the inductive charger and charges. So, yeah, it's kind of how it should be.
He's not a great public speaker.
Thanks, guys. I love you, too. So, one of the things that is really interesting is how will this affect the cities that we live in? And when you drive around a city, or when the car drives you around a city, you'll see there's a lot of parking lots. There's parking lots everywhere, parking garages. So what would happen if you have an autonomous world is that you can now turn parking lots into parks. And so we're taking the ing lot out of parking lot. Welcome. So there's a lot of opportunity to create.
What is going on here?
Green space in the cities that we live in.
Okay, now like an autonomous bus is coming out on stage in front of all the people.
So that would be quite fantastic. Oh, and also, what happens if you need a vehicle that is bigger than a Model Y? The Robovan. The Robovan is, we're going to make this, and it's going to look like that. Now, can you imagine going down the streets and you see this coming towards you?
It looks like something out of iRobot. And it holds about maybe 8 or 9 people. It looks like a subway
can carry
car.
up to 20 people, and it can also transport goods. So you can configure it for goods transport within a city, or transport of up to 20 people at a time. So this is gonna, the Robovan is what's gonna solve for high density. So if you want to take a sports team somewhere, or you're looking to really get the cost of travel down to, I don't know, 5-10 cents a mile, then you can use the Robovan. Some people call it the Robovan, but
Robovan.
So, yeah.
Oh gosh.
One of the things that we want to do, and we've seen this with the Cybertruck, is we want to change the look of the roads. The future should look like the future.
They added the music. We didn't add the music. He's on a big sound stage, looking like it's on at a set. And now he's blanked out.
So everything we've developed for our cars, the batteries, power electronics, the advanced motors, gearboxes, the software, the AI inference computer, it all actually applies to a humanoid robot. It's the same techniques. It's just a robot with arms and legs.
Didn't I say like
a robot with
now
wheels.
They have humanoid robots walking out from backstage.
We've made a lot of progress
with the Tesla emblem across their chest.
Yeah, the Tesla lights.
As you can see, we started up with someone in a robot suit. sort of down. And then we've progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular.
They look very similar to the iRobot movie.
So you could have your own personal R2-D2 C-3PO. And I think at scale, this would cost something like, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000. Probably less than a car, is my prediction, long term. Now, it'll take us a minute to get to the long term, but fundamentally, at scale, the Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term.
They call it the autonomous assistant.
And what can it do? It'll be able to
humanoid
do
friend.
Anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks.
Like
whatever
iRobot.
you can think of.
Yeah, exactly like iRobot.
It will do. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think this will be the biggest product ever of any kind.
Okay, that's enough of Elon Musk. That's a bit of the future. This is an ongoing live event right now. I think if you go to techcrunch.com, they have a video feed of it so you can see it there and watch Elon Musk do his own Google Play Day, Apple Play Day, where they unveil and unbox all the coming products of the future. And Elon Musk, I think if you were just to hire someone else to do the presentation, it'd be even more compelling. And I know if you're listening to it, it's probably even more stark. You could tell that he just was not fluid with the information. And I get it. That's not his thing. He's not a broadcaster. He's not a personality. He's not a presenter. Hire someone else to do it.
Yeah.
Or pre-record it.
Look, I'm happy that we are moving forward with the advancements of robotics, of autonomous vehicles, of the world that you and I saw, be it in the Jetsons, be it in old Warner Brothers World of Tomorrow cartoons, of iRobot, of all that. I'm just happy that this world is coming sooner than later, and you, Mo, will see it and appreciate it in your lifetime.
All of my favorite movies are coming to life, from iRobot to The Terminator to Aliens. Oh, that's different. Well, kind of. That's me with Bishop and Ash.
Yeah. We're also
there.
not far from exploring other planets and ending up discovering something we don't want to.
Well, I'm waiting for him to help create the hyperdrive interstellar travel. Okay, we need someone to do it. All right, Mark, can we agree on that?
No. No, we can't.
You don't want hyperdrive?
It's not possible to exceed the speed of light?
No, I didn't say exceed it, but approach it on some level.
You think you can trust an Elon Musk wormhole? I think not.
Well, look, it probably won't be in our lifetimes.
I mean, as soon as his Cybertruck stop getting recalled, then maybe I'll trust him with a robot or a hyperdrive.
Oh, fair enough.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Pop quiz. Well, not really a pop quiz. It's more like tell the truth. Stephen, what's the fastest you've driven? You yourself controlling the car.
I'd say 110.
Mark Ronner.
In that territory in a normal car, but I've also driven, a Formula race car, but those are so close to the ground that you could be going 25 miles an hour and it feels like you're going 100.
Mm-hmm. I had a Honda S2000. Bought it back in 99. It was like one of the first ones. Bought it from Scott Robinson Honda in Torrance as well. I was driving out to Vegas, so you know where this is going. I opened it up. The fastest I've ever been in a car, I want to say I was driving close to 130, because if you know that stretch, you can drive a long way, and especially if you can see that there's no one in front of you.
No fuzz out there?
Not on this day, and not during this stretch. 130. It wasn't for a long period of time, but it was at least a mile or two. I was keeping in 130.
Top down or no?
No. Top was up.
Okay.
For aerodynamics. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
130 is good. You make a nice boom if you screw up at 130.
Well, see, that's the thing. It doesn't take a lot.
Nope.
And I'm glad that I got all that stupidity out of me. The story I'm getting ready to talk about, I am not going to judge because I've done my fair share of dumb. Used to street race. Me and my boys, he had a souped up Camaro. It was a 68 Camaro. I can't remember the size of the engine. It's like a 450 big block or something like that. It was a huge engine, and we were out there every night, drag racing. You know, we would pull up on a Porsche. I get out the car because I'm usually like the co-pilot, and I go knock on the window and saying, "You want some of this? Get back in the car." And then we'd be off down, usually Hawthorne Boulevard in Torrance. It was really, really dumb. But dumb knows dumb, okay? Dumb recognized dumb. So let me tell you about this dumb fool, Jack Doherty. He made news over the weekend. If you don't know who he is, he's supposedly a popular YouTuber. I don't know who he is, but I know who he is now because he's in the Dumb Hall of Fame. He's a YouTuber and Kick streamer, okay? And if you don't know what Kick is, it's like Twitch. It's like Instagram Live. You can live stream whatever you're doing. Kick is the new thing. Well, this guy, Jack Doherty, was driving a $200,000 McLaren. Really fast and live streaming. Now, I've never live streamed because when I was driving really fast, I had both hands on the wheel and I was paying attention to what was going on. I wasn't trying to talk to the audience. I wasn't trying to document my crimes. Like I always say, don't film your crimes. Don't tape your crimes. But he was out there with an audience live streaming, and he ended up spinning out of control and crashed into a guardrail on the side of the highway. $200,000 car total. $200,000. You know how much a $200,000 car is? I mean, yeah, it's $200,000, but that's like a house. $200,000. And you're live streaming at high speeds, and that car's done. And since he live streamed it, there should be charges coming. I didn't see this in a story, but there is video evidence of him breaking the law at high speeds.
Yeah, there is.
He purchased the car back in June of 2023, so it's a little over a year old. Now, it also have to be fair. A lot of these YouTubers, these live streamers, they're making millions of dollars by creating this content. And it fuels the stupidity. We talked about the guy who intentionally crashed a plane and he taped it while he live streamed it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And jumped out of the plane. This is going to get him money in the short term. But he's been banned from the Kick platform, but not from YouTube. And the video probably is going to have millions of views and he'll get paid for that. He actually released another video shortly after the crash. And in it, he's screaming for help, air quotes, as people came to his aid. And then he asked someone to hold the phone.
Yes, to film him getting out of the car.
Yeah.
They filmed the aftermath, his passenger who was bleeding. They filmed all of this because it was all a part of this high speed adventure that he was on in this car. And you have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He can get another one of these cars next week.
What's the fastest you've driven, Tuala?
I don't drive fast. I think the fastest I've ever driven, if I hit 80, I get worried.
What?
Yeah, if I hit like even in my Fast and the Furious fantasies, I don't go fast. To me, I have way too much awareness of what happens the instant that car goes out of control. I have been in cars where people have been driving fast and had one spin out and we hit, and it was not fun. That scared me straight. That was enough.
Yeah, I think I finally got it out of my system. I should say my last car, which was a little Honda Civic, I would drive fast, but nothing approaching what I used to do in my 20s. When I say I'm driving fast, I'm doing 80 on the freeway. That's fast for me. Yes, I know it's illegal. Yes, I know it's higher than the speed limit. Yes, I know it's unsafe. Okay, I can hear you right now. I can hear you through my microphone complaining. I'm saying I'm not the idiot that I once was with the drag racing and doing 100 miles an hour on the surface streets. I'm just being honest. I was that guy. I was out there doing a lot of dumb stuff and there, but for the grace of God, you know. But I wasn't trying to take myself doing it. I'd rather talk about it 25 years, 30 years later than try to film it for everyone else to see. But the problem is, as long as we allow people to monetize it, they will continue to do it. It'd be different if he were kicked off Kick and he were kicked off YouTube and there was something in that content creator contract, which means you would also be liable for a certain amount. If there are no consequences, if there are no financial consequences to keep him from doing it again, well, he's just going to do it again. And maybe next time he unfortunately may take someone with him. It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Do you believe me when I tell you what is going to happen with Diddy? Mo Kelly here, KFI AM 640. Do you believe me when I tell you that there are going to be more alleged victims who would come forward? Did you not believe me when I said that there would be other charges pending, superseding indictments, where with more people coming forward, more testimony, most likely more charges tacked on? And in the past few weeks, I was right, Tawala was right. We've talked about how this was an open secret in the industry and why people didn't come forward originally. Physical fear, actual fear, fear of reprisal, violence, and even death. Now, since Sean Combs is in custody and he's been remanded and he's not been out on bail or bond, it makes it more safe, or a degree more safe, for people to come forward and tell their stories. And the moment that I saw that he was going to be remanded and less able to tamper with witnesses, threaten witnesses, people would feel more safe, or at least safer, to come forward and tell their stories. These are not people trying to be opportunistic, or at least I don't believe not all of them are. These are people who understand that it's now a safer time to tell their story. More people keep coming forward every week. And I do remember, Stephan, didn't I say more people will be coming forward? Didn't I say that?
You absolutely did.
Yeah. More people will keep coming forward, not only today, but after today. And there's something else to consider. More people are coming forward and filing lawsuits. It will be impossible for Diddy to get out from under just the lawsuits. He cannot fight all these cases at the same time, civil and criminal. He can't find a monetary settlement solution for all these people, because some of the people are not looking for a monetary settlement. Certain things you just can't buy. More and more people are going to come forward because they feel it is safer. And he's not going to be able to settle with all these people. He's not going to be able to prevent all the people from talking, providing evidence, providing testimony, which impacts both the criminal and civil cases. Now Gloria Allred is involved. I told you about the attorney in Houston who was representing a class action group of at least 120 accusers. Now Gloria Allred is amassing her, I'll say, a group of alleged victims.
It's really all about power and abuse of power. Prominent attorney Gloria Allred, who has represented accusers of Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, and R. Kelly, speaking exclusively with Eyewitness News. She now represents an undisclosed number of Sean Diddy Combs' alleged victims.
Undisclosed number of victims. Could be 5, could be 15, could be 50 or more.
The trauma of the assault has taken a toll on my mental health.
Tonight's 2020 special, The Secret Life of Diddy, detailing Combs' fall as he faces individual and class action lawsuits and federal charges of racketeering conspiracy, forced sex trafficking, and prostitution. He's pleaded not guilty. His attorney saying prosecutors are seeking to criminalize sex that was consensual.
Consent is a big issue.
No. You would not be charged with prostitution and racketeering if all the sex was consensual. There wouldn't be probable cause. You would not have been indicted by a jury. I know that's what you say to the public, but to those who actually understand what is going on, it's going to require more than a publicist's statement to be able to clear his name.
Consent is a big issue. And it is the government's burden in a criminal case to prove any charge and all charges beyond a reasonable doubt. That's a very high burden of proof.
Combs is now asking a federal judge for a trial date next April or May, and we could see ex-girlfriend Cassandra Cassie Ventura take the witness stand. This despite an undisclosed settlement reached one day after Ventura filed a lawsuit against Combs last November, accusing him of rape and abuse.
Even if there are confidential civil settlements, there's always an exception in the law. They can still testify in a court of law.
Did you catch that? Even if he's settled with someone, even if he's paid someone off to go away, they still can be subpoenaed to testify. That's what I mean. He's never going to get out from under any of this.
If they are subpoenaed to do so.
This bombshell surveillance video leaked in May showing a 2016 incident where Combs appears to assault Ventura, her friend Tiffany Red, detailing alleged verbal abuse.
But you get the picture. There are going to be even more and more people coming forward. He will not have the financial means, because I would suspect that they've frozen a lot of his assets. He would not have the financial means to handle these lawsuits, which are happening simultaneously. He's not going to be able to discredit every one of these accusers. He is not going to be able to do much of anything until April or May, when the trial, at least the federal charges, would begin.
I believe the trial starts, but May 5th, I think Mark had reported.
That's right.
That. Yeah, May 5th. And in one of the most ridiculous moves I've seen, you come out against the Department of Justice, threatening a legal action because they released the Cassie tape.
Yeah.
Through illegal means of gaining this video. And it's like, so your defense right now is that, damn the fact that was you in the tape, damn the fact that you did that.
And you paid to keep it hidden.
You want to say that it was released illegally, as if this is going to garner some sympathy?
Yeah, I think it's more, that's for the public strategy and the public perception, because I'm still running into people. It's like, why is it people are tripping about sex parties? It's just people having sex, just like they did with Hugh Hefner, at the Playboy Mansion. It's like, no, it's not about the sex. It's about the trafficking. It's about possibly, allegedly, the minors involved. It's about drugging and raping, which were in addition to the sex parties. And I tell people, read the indictment. He is not on trial for having parties. He's on trial for prostitution, sex trafficking, human trafficking, forcible rape. All those things have nothing to do with consensual sex. And people, I think, are intentionally keeping their heads in the sand as to why he would be on trial. And that's why you would hear Diddy, through his publicist or whomever, his spokesperson, make these ridiculous statements, because they're trying to argue this in the court of public opinion, and, if anything, influence the potential jury pool. Because if and when they actually do get to trial in May, they will have heard this narrative from at least the supporters of Diddy for a good 4 or 5 months solid, that it's just about sex. It's not about any criminality. It's about him being so very famous and people being jealous of him. It's about people who have a monetary agenda. They're trying to shake him down. It's about influencing the potential jury pool to find one person who may slip on that jury who is quietly a Diddy fan or Diddy sympathetic.
So you mean the individuals that I've seen on social media saying things like, don't fall for the Diddy trap or the Diddy lie. They are trying to Diddy your mind and take your mind off of what we really need to be focused on.
Right.
And I see these things, I'm like,
people are saying that they brought charges against Diddy as a distraction for this, that.
The election, what we need to be focused on, not Diddy. Okay.
I have yet to live a day in my life where I could not concentrate on two things simultaneously. I mean, for as much time as people spend on social media debating this or that, I'm sure that we can separate our time or at least be able to parse out our time so we can think and address Diddy as well as more substantive issues. I mean, look, we didn't stop talking about Diddy even though there was not one but two hurricanes going on. We can do both. We can juggle both.
And guess what? It's not just Diddy, because the accuser against country singer Garth Brooks is starting to come up with receipts now.
Yes.
Starting to release those text messages and exchanges. So this again is bigger than Diddy. This is about these entertainers that you follow, these entertainers that you know and love. And once again, reminding you, you don't know these people.
Not at all.
When these stories come out, just know we told you it was gonna happen.
We tried. It's just that people say, Mo, you don't know. Mo, you're just making it up. No, we actually do know. When I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. But I'm telling you again, hey, Stefan, are we rolling tape? We're going to put this in a promo next week. There will be more accusers coming forward alleging criminality of Sean P. Diddy Combs. Today is October 10th. So after today, there will be more people who will come forward. Did you get all that on tape?
It's in the podcast. Don't even worry about it.
And the podcast.
Okay, just want to make sure. Yeah. Just want to make sure, because when they come forward, I damn sure going to say, told you so.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
And coming up on Monday is Indigenous Peoples Day or Columbus Day. There's a reason why I'm using both terms. I'll tell you why in just a second. And with every holiday, I get confused. And if I get confused, I suspect you may get confused, or you're unclear as far as what is open, what is going to be available to you. Happens every year, happens every holiday. So if you don't remember, it's okay. I don't even remember, so I'm not going to pass judgment. Just so you know, the city and county of Los Angeles observe and have observed Indigenous Peoples Day in October since 2017, so it's not new. Conversely, the federal government observes Columbus Day. The state of California does not observe Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day as a state holiday. So are you thoroughly confused yet? City and county, LA, Indigenous Peoples Day. Federal government, Columbus Day. State of California, neither. If you're not confused yet, I don't know what to tell you. And I could have sworn, someone correct me, I could have sworn when I was in school, and this is like the 70s, elementary school, we got Columbus Day off, did we not?
Yes.
Okay. Then what happened?
Well, what happened is when you changed the noun or the pronoun of the focus of the subject of the day, then that disrupts the calendar.
I was already confused when I started the segment. Now I'm even more confused.
Well, okay, here's what happens. When it's Columbus Day, it is worthy of a national day off.
But the state of California doesn't acknowledge either.
Some states acknowledge both.
No, I know. Some states, I'm just saying, here in California, the state of California does not observe Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day. And it just reminded me, but when I was a kid, it was Columbus Day.
So, and I'm telling you, that's what I just said. I just said, when you change the focus of the day, that somehow invalidates the celebration of the day. So you have to get into the subject of the day to understand the celebration of the day.
So when did they change, at least as California is concerned, when did they go away from Columbus Day being a school holiday, when they changed it to when certain portions of California started recognizing Indigenous Peoples Day?
That's about the same time, coincidentally.
Okay. Or not coincidentally.
Or maybe not so, but it just so happens that when it became Indigenous Peoples Day in some areas of Southern California and Northern California, that is when they said, hold on, have we been having this day off since forever? No. We have to revise the school calendar because again, if it falls on a Tuesday and the subject has less to do with the discovery of America versus the existence within America, that changes things. See.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
LA Unified School District schools will be open on Monday. To that point, U.S. Postal Service does not deliver regular mail. So what does that mean? They deliver priority mail?
No, that means they deliver junk mail. What are you doing?
Look, it says the post office does not deliver regular mail. I don't know what irregular mail is. Post offices are closed. It's a distinction, but I don't know what the difference is. Buses and subway services in LA will be running on a regular schedule. Metrolink trains will be running on a regular schedule. So if you have to go to work on Monday, like I do, and if I were to use Metro, like I would not, I would at least know that Metro and Metrolink were running regular schedules.
Will there still be stabbings, robberies, and violence on Metro?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. There are no holidays for violence.
Okay.
Trash pickup for LA, at least, is going to be on a regular schedule. You might want to check your specific neighborhood because, I mean, we all have different trash services which we're responsible for.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to go back to something. The post office will not be delivering regular mail. They will be delivering irregular mail, but the post office is closed.
Correct. And the federal government observes Columbus Day. So it is a federal holiday. That's why the post offices are closed, but there are some postal employees working? Question mark?
And they'll be delivering the irregular mail because they're the ones who decided to work. So it's not your regular mail. It's irregular because it's...
Well, they're saying if you're regular with your mail, you're not getting delivered. I don't know what that leaves to be delivered other than junk mail and...
circulars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So... is everyone thoroughly confused? I am. I don't know what day it's going to be on Monday.
It's less clear now than it was before we started this segment for me.
So depending on where you live in California, obviously it'll be Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day. But regardless of where you are in California, the schools will be open. Regardless of where you are in California, the post offices will be closed. Regardless of where you are, you will be confused, and none of this makes any sense. We clear? Got it? KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Whatever happens, we have got it covered.
KFI
and KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live